Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome back to my studio. I am very excited if you're here watching this with me, if you've come along to see what I'm up to, and if you've hung out with me waiting for me to come back. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Boy, I'm really tongue-tied today. This is going to be a weekend retreat at home, just a one day. And this is a how to make a beginner journal or a basic journal. And what I'm going to do with it. I've been gone a while because, health issues. But what I was doing was finishing a lot of ephemera and journals and things that have been hanging around my studio in baskets and trays and buckets and counters. And so I did those and I made 2 videos. My daughter and I also put together a wonderful box kit that sold out in the first 58 minutes. Thank you, each and every one of you that raced to buy those. I hope you love them. I hope you'll find use for them. There were 2 videos. One was just about the box. The second one was the box and all the other goodies I've been working and rushing on to finish or that have been sitting around in boxes and things, and I created kits to sell. I made pens, pen sets. I made butterfly paper clips. I made, what else did I make? All kinds of ephemera. I finished a tall journal and my Bridgerton-inspired Regency romance wallet. I finished that. Anyway, there's an hour-long video of all the goodies I worked on for the last month. So that's where I've been, is working. I've been working in the shop with Jolene, getting our shop ready for the new year. We included, 35, 40 new items, not all of which were things that I made, but also we included some gorgeous new bags. Oh, you guys got to see these. This comes in a set. Isn't this yummy for spring? I know you're in winter, but you can still dream. Anyway, aren't these gorgeous? I'll probably do something with these in the future. These I know I'll absolutely use it. I believe it's a set of 3 styles of bags, and you get, I think, a couple of each. And these are all rose bags. Are they not gorgeous? And you get some stickers. I'm not sure how many because these are my samples she gave me. So these are in the shop right now for you to go and get. I'd get them because they're hard to get. Sometimes we can't get them again. So don't assume we'll always have them, right? So I've been working on that. I also made a couple cutie little treat bags for Valentine's Day. These will go in the shop filled up with goodies. I'm working on the goodies that are going into these darling little treat bags I made. So I've been working on that, and I guess everything else went into the shop. So right now my desk is blank. I have piles of bits and pieces to work on, but this has been sitting heavy on my mind. This year, instead of just working with like a digital at a time and making journals or whatever to go just specifically with one digital, I want to be a little bit more eclectic this year and make journals that I use a variety of kits. And I have hundreds and hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, if you could see my room, of digital kits pre-printed, ready to go. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean are, let's see if I can grab a few. They're kind of heavy. Oh. But stuff like this, where I have kit after kit after kit after kit after kit, and I want to be able to use these, right? So I have all these, and I mean hundreds of these. I'm not exaggerating. Kits. Oh, sorry. But I want to create some neutral, basic journals that I could put anything I want into it, that I could work on any given page. So I think today I'll make one that's neutral, one that's geared to blue, and one that's geared to pink, okay? Because those are the colors I tend to work in the most. And I think we're going to go start to finish, not finish as in decorated, but start to finish putting it together, and how I choose papers, what I pick and why. We're going to do basic journal cover that you could have on there and then decorate, right? It isn't one where I've already finished the cover. But I'll make it in such a way that I could glue another cover onto it if I really wanted to. So we'll talk about that, but we're going to start with the papers. Now, what took me the longest is I've been grubbing around in my studio. I mean grubbing. I whacked my knuckles. Ouch. You'll see some cuts and boo-boos. Pulling out papers and pulling apart books and trying to find things that I've already embossed. I was trying to find, see, these are embossed. I wanted to pull out some envelopes that are coffee dyed. I've already embossed those. I pulled out some lovely doilies that are vintage, that are coffee dyed and are dyed, vegetable dyed. And then this one, I opened a brand new pack from 1950 something. I want to say 1956. And it was 49 cents for a pack of like 20 of these. And I pulled one out to use. Isn't that beautiful? That is extremely vintage because, you know, we're in 2026 already. Yikes. So anyway, I pulled those out. I pulled out French and Italian books. I pulled out some like ledgers, some old books, some pages that I have scanned from original documents. I have typing book. I have music paper. Again, another ledger. These are 18, 16, 8, no. What'd she say? 1700, 16 and 1700s worm paper, Italian books. They've all been treated, so they're perfectly safe to use. Anyway, so I've got, these are all of the vintage except for that one, of course. Well, that one is vintage, just coffee dyed. I pulled out this stack of beauties to use. I'm going to set these off to the side. And then I pulled out coffee and tea dyed papers. So I think these are tea. I pulled out just some, what's that? Parchment paper, printer paper. I've got coffee dyed papers in a couple of different colorways. I've got some coffee dyed ledger books or count books. Got some of that. Got some beautiful papers by Triple V Vintage to put in there. These are, I'm not sure if these are Triple V Vintage or Paper Baker. I think these are Triple V. Got some blue vegetable paper, pink vegetable paper, some more Triple V Vintage. I've got some Nomad Moon Magic, which we'll have to pick out something there. I've got some of these beautiful papers. They're very sparkly. And then in the blues, I've got No Moon Magic again. And, you know, I have the blue papers, which are here. I'm going to put those actually back here with this. Because I want to do a couple different inspire, meaning the only color in the... I'm not going to be using any digital pages, which is unusual for me. I always use digital pages. But I want to put together, like I said, 3 different styles of basic journals that I can just fill up when I'm in the mood. I can take a piece of ephemera that I've made and just put it right on the page, right? And build around it. And so that's kind of what I want to be able to do without it being a specific, like it might be roses or it might be based on something pink or it might be based on blue, but it would be a lot of different blue digitals or even scrapbook papers, because you can do scrapbook, but because I'm making this neutral and it's a beginner style journal, anybody can make this. You don't need a lot of stuff. I just happen to have a lot. You could just take a bunch of white copy paper and fold it together, stitch it and put a cover on it, and you have a journal as well. I don't like to work in the white so much because my work is usually vintage or Victorian. So I think that's the whitest thing in here, and it's not white. Let's see, do I have something that's actually white? I don't even know if I have a white piece of paper in here. Isn't that funny? I have a studio full of paper. Let's see. Okay, that's white. Big difference, right? So you can tell it's a creamy color. It's great to work on. Great to write on. It's very fun. And these pages that are printed are pretty blank on the back. So you write on that side, and this is the side you put a pocket, or you do some beautiful decorating, or you add some lace. So anything that's sort of got a printed look to it are the pages I like to decorate heavily. And that's kind of on these others. I decorate on top of things like that, leaving it mostly showing, but, or even this. So, you know, that gives us some ideas of what we can do. So what I want to do is I want to take my papers and I want to start, I'm going to have a TV tray next to me here. And I want to start by throwing some papers together on the table. Now, I like to put 15 to 20 pages. 12 is the minimum, but I think 12, I've got too much stuff to do 12, I think. So I'm going to go 1, 2, because we're going to do 3, right? 3, okay? And I know I'm going to want probably 2 of each page. Okay, because we're going to do 3 of these today. And I want 2 pages there. We'll mix and match in a minute. And we got 2 pages there and 2 pages there. Now we're already up to 4 pages, right? And that's okay. We don't mind that, right? And then now I'm grabbing, hold on a minute. I'm going to go to my next set of pages. And this is not the order they're going to go into. So how is everybody? Oh, you're all good? Are you healthy and safe? I hope everybody's safe from the ice storms and the freezing cold. I know a lot of you have snow and ice, and hopefully that ice is finally melting. And hopefully your power is back on and you're doing all right. So we've got a little bit darker. I'm just kind of checking to see what I've got here. We got that one. We got that one. And we've got these really dark coffee dyed papers, which honestly are not my favorite. I am really not a grungy type gal. I don't mean personally, I mean just style as far as paper goes. Then I have one of these, one of these, one of these. And in a minute we're going to count to see where we're at, right? And I may decide I don't want all of these, right? So I may pull back and not do them all. Now, let me see. I'm thinking this is going to be my pink pile, maybe over here. Let me see. Just kind of looking. I don't want a pink one. I don't really want my darkest papers, but I can always switch them out if I don't like it, right? And these are great to decorate on. Then we have all of these. I may just stop at those. Okay, let me stop there for a minute. Because for the pink one, I'm going to want one of these, I think. Which one do I want pink? That one. So I wanted one that's blue, one that's pink. I was going to do one that's mixed. But I'll wait and see. I could always add another one later. One that had pink and blue pages, right? That's predominant pink. These are going to be just random whatever, because I don't have a blue in one of those, I don't think. But what I do have is I have this Nomad Moon Magic. And she has this pack where you can get all these, a variety of these prints. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what print do I want to use? Oh, is that too bright? I was kind of trying to find something that looked good with this one. Hopefully you can see that and I'm not off. Or maybe I just want to go with this cute little bright pink. We'll just do that one. Isn't that cute? I love these papers. And I think I want to put one of those in there. So now I've got an extra there and an extra there. But that's okay because I do have, which means that the one I have that's kind of neutral, I'm going to put that in there to give that an extra page. And then this one will get an extra page. This is our blue, and this is a mixed one too. Now I haven't looked at these, so I don't really know what I want. That's kind of pretty. You get 2 of each, so. This is the original one I was going for, was that one. Maybe I should just stick with what I thought I was going to do. Okay, and then that one gets a blue page. Let me see, hold on a minute. That one gets a blue page. Okay, so we have 2, let me count. I'm going to, now I need to do a page count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, we're already at 11. What do we got over here? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we're on the same one there. Okay, so we've got 11 over here. We got 11 over there. And what do we got over here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we want one more over here. I don't know that I really want to, just kind of looking to see if I have anything special in my papers that are jumping out at me and going, use me. Oh, I wonder if I have, I doubt I do. I used to have a cool little lightweight, oh, I have one in my own stash. Hold on. I made one day, oh, of course I put them back thinking, oh, I don't need those. I'm done with that today. No, I'm not. Hold on. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'm right here. It's not like I'm running away, but this one's extra long, but I can do a fold. I made that paper right there. I took some coffee dyed paper and I got out my inks and I just inked up that paper. Isn't that cool? Don't you love it? I do. I just think it's very cool. Okay, so now we have 11 and we've got a lot more pages. So I like 11 to 12 base pages like this. Then we have the goodies to add. Now everybody's getting the blue one is getting that pretty white 1950s doily. The pink one's getting a pink doily. And this one, the neutral one's getting a neutral. And that's vintage for sure. This is, I don't know about that, but it's coffee dyed and I assume it is. But anyway. And then I'm going to want to add some envelopes. And I will add one, two, like a little one. And I want to add some vellum envelopes. Now, I would have loved if these were embossed. I will have to try embossing some. But I've got vellum envelopes to put goodies in as our pockets. Decorate up whatever we want to do. Okay, so we got those. And then I may want to put in a paper bag. I may pull them out and not do it when I start putting it together because these are extras. These are not what I would consider. Now I have to decide, would I rather use those or would I rather use my vellum bags? Now I have a vellum envelope. If I've got a vellum envelope, do I really need a little embossed vellum bag? Or do I need this? Maybe I don't need this, you know. Although it's fun to put ephemera and things in it. Decorate it up with some. This one, I feel like, I wonder if we could just add it in later. Decorate it up and add it in later. Let's think about that because I'm thinking it would be fun to put napkin on it and stuff. And then this could just be added to a page as a flip out. So maybe we'll keep those for that. Let me put those up there. Let's try that. I know that's 2 bags. So we may not use this one or we may not use this one. I'm not sure because I have some pink paper bag that would probably look great in there. I don't know if do I have blue bag? Do these are really tiny though. I think I would rather tip these in, meaning tape them so that they're like flip out. I think I'd rather do that with that. I think that's going to be what we're going to do with that. Okay. Then I have these lovely pieces that I could add in. Don't know that I will, but I'll put them there for the moment. Everybody gets a double book page from these are rag paper. Are these Italian? Mi la corte de conti non de la confa. Yeah, these are Italian. Oh, I thought these were French. Okay. Got my French, my Italian books all mixed up together, I think. I like these as folded because we want different sizes. We don't want all the same sizes, right? So I've got these book pages too. And I don't know if they're going to crack on me. Let me see. Yeah, they're going to crack. Too crunchy. Darn it. Can't use those. Okay, so we're going to skip the bigger book page because they crack on me. I don't think... got quite a bit of little stuff going in. Now I got to stop. And this is where you stop and you go, do I need all of this? I'm thinking... Let me take these out. And... I don't need 2 bags, so which bag are we going to use? I think I mean, I can add extra pages, obviously. I'd rather have that bag than that. And that bag than that. Okay, so I'm pulling out those. So this is what happens. I start getting going. And because it's going to be folded in like this, and this is going to be folded like this, or maybe it's going to have a very narrow page, and you add other things onto it. You have that, and you have that. So it's getting, yeah, we're getting kind of congested with the small stuff. Now, I do have these, and I love these. It's double-sided, so it's definitely a good decor page. I do have typing pages. Now, since we took that other book out, we could put the typing. These are old 1960s, 70s typing books. So I think they might be fun in there. I'm going to put those back with the pages here. Just for some different writing, but I don't, you know, they're contemporary. And these seem to be becoming more old world. We're going to have writing with these pages, so we don't have to have it with these. Maybe we won't add these. Can go back, you know, when I'm starting to put it, because I now have my music paper. See, my books are getting full. I only want to do a single, so I may have to go back and pull some stuff. And then I have to decide, do I want to use these if I'm using the smaller ones? And it's getting full, so maybe not. I do want to use these. These are those Italian book pages. They are absolutely fabulous. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pull these little babies out. And 11. So we've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 13, 14. So we've got 14 plus all the little goodies. So I may be able to put one of these back in. Which one should I put in? This one? Maybe we'll put this one back in. These are vintage too. This is a vintage ledger. That gives us 15 hard big pages with the little goodies too, right? Does that make sense? And then you have like your doily. You're going to have a bag of doily, some book pages. Yeah, that gives us some, I want dimension because I don't want all the pages the same size. I hope that makes sense. What's everybody up to? Anything exciting? Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Hopefully you think this is fun and this is your fun weekend activity, right? I'm hoping. So now we have our chosen pages for the books that we're going to do. I am going to move all my excess stuff off my table because I'm going to need... Now, what kind of cover do I want with these? Well, this one's very neutral. Kind of like this idea over here. I don't think I want to use a dark one. It's hard to cover up sometimes. I've already pulled one of those. I can use the pink and I can use the blue. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do while I work on each journal is I'm going to stick the pieces in here. We do sell these file folders in the shop in lots of yummy colors. If you don't see them there, ask Jolene. I have a bunch in my stash and I would be happy to share a few if somebody really needs it, wants them. I gotta find it. Hold on a minute. I've got way too much stuff on my desk here. Let me put them up. All right. Now, I'm going to put this one and this one. This is the blue one that's got the predominantly blue pages. See? Okay. And this is the pink one. Oops. Let me get these projects I was working on off my desk. Okay. All right. Now, that's going to go in the pink folder. It's a bright pink, but when I'm done decorating and everything, I think it won't be so bright. I wish I had a softer pink. I need to find some softer pink. Pastel pink is what I want to find. I'll have to go looking for. I'm sure I have some, or I've got some printed ones I do. Maybe I'll make a printed cover. All right, so what I've got here is that we're going to work on the neutral kit first because this is the thing that most likely everybody has. And the first thing I do is I want to do, okay, we're going to do that last. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to pull my pages, my basic pages first. Where'd they go? Okay. And I'm going to figure out, what do I want when I open up my journal? What do I want to see? And I want to use a printed one, but I also want a printed one in the middle. I want something for the middle. I think maybe we could put this in the middle. Okay. And I would like, I think, this one, or let's see, this one when I open my cover. Oh, I don't know. I really like this one too. Okay, so let me choose. This is going to be what you see when we open the cover. And this is heavily coffee dyed, so it's wrinkly, it's noisy. Isn't it yummy? Okay, so this is going to be the size of our journal, which is going to be 5.5 by 8.5. And then this is going to be our middle. And then I'm going to refold this in just a minute. Give me a minute. I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fold it like this. So the print is in the middle. And then we have this lovely, let's see, is that about right? Is that going to fit in there? Ooh, no, that sticks out too much. So we're going to fold this back a bit more. And this is going to go here. Okay. So this is going to be our middle, and then you'll flip the page and you have this wonderful pull out for your middle piece, okay? Sorry guys, my hands are cramping up. Oh my goodness, there we go. All right. All right, now we do have, where'd they go? We do have 2 other printed pieces that I want to fold up. You don't have to use printed paper. You can just all plain paper. But this is what I have, so I want to show you what I'm doing with it. I just love the words on this. Okay, so we're going to put those. Maybe like this. And I'm going to put those with the one in the middle between it. Now this is how I do this. I always have the beginning, the middle, and then 2 other, it could be printed digital pages, it could be scrapbook paper, 2 other printed papers if you have them. And now you start filling in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the plain papers. I'm going to fold them all. I should be doing a bone folder because that is going to make it easier, and it's not so fat that way because they stay kind of puffy in the middle if you don't use some kind of bone folder or scissors, butter knife, whatever you got. I know many of you have things like this from your Cricut or something like that. You can use one of those. Just be careful you don't rip it. I think this one's from my Cricut. Yeah, see, you just use those. All right. Yes, I have a Cricut. I bought all the goodies, all the accessories, all the stuff, all the things, and never used it because I did not realize what I was buying at the time. Someone talked me into it. And I didn't realize it was something that would require a lot of computer, and I don't have computer background or knowledge, so it just made it impossible for me to use it. Wait, there it is. I'm like, wait, I'm missing a page. Okay. Let me get the rest of my plain papers. I can hear Misty in there. She wants me to come lay down with her. You know, I've been doing a lot of that laying down thing, so she's used to Mama hanging out with her. She's not real happy with me because I have abandoned her today. Gosh, my hands are a mess from grubbing around the studio. I've trashed all my nails. all the work I've been doing and everything is just like wiped out my hands completely. I had so many cuts and things, just going through cabinets and baskets. And I've been cleaning as I've been going too, cleaning and organizing a little bit. Not that I feel like it made a whole lot of difference. I still have to finish off my big corner. That's going to require Greg to help me yank out just about everything in the studio, all on one side. Need to get into my big crafting closets and see what I can get rid of out there so I can make some more room and get some of the stuff that's out or and around here. I don't want those dots. What am I at the top or the bottom? Kind of like those holes at the top. I don't know why. That's kind of unusual for me, but what the heck. So this was another printed piece, actually. All right, now what I want to do is, this is folded, but it's also got a lot of white space around the edges. So what I think I'm going to try to do, I know I'm totally crazy, right? I want to rip off some of the edge. But because I double-sided this and didn't think about where it was going to land, if I cut this off, it's going to cut into the piece. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this other than get rid of the tiny bits of white from scanning and printing. Because even when I scan, it still yanks off. It still leaves a white edge. I don't know what's up with my... Yikes! Well, let's see. What have we been doing around here? Other than work, work, work. I've seen Jolene quite a bit. She was here helping me put together the pink box kits. And price... and photograph the bits that are in the shop. Uh-oh, I think these scissors are done. They don't want to cut. Well, that was odd. Shoot, what scissors am I going to use, you guys? Most of the scissors I have, the blades are just too thick. And the scissors are very heavy, and my hands are going to get tired really quick. I don't know if these are still going to work. These are the ones I had when I first started out. Yeah, I don't know if I like the way those work either. Come on, you. If I rip the white off, I rip a bit of that. And if I rip the white off, I rip off that whole edge. Oof. Well, this one I don't mind. Let's get rid of this. I didn't really rip off anything important. Okay. I'm not going to keep that bit. I know I normally keep everything, but I'm not keeping that. Oh, I forgot this up here. Yikes! My hands are just not strong. They're tired is what they are. I had a lot of ephemera, finished off a lot of pieces, cleaned off a lot of trays. Oh my gosh, I had so many trays of ephemera. The stuff's been going in the shop, you know, slowly. And so with that... I could put lace or something on that. It doesn't have to be. I don't really want lace on the bottom of the page. That would make it a short page, but I guess we could do that. I mean, I bought once I made these and I realized they were a disaster. See, I have a little strip of something. Once I realized they were going to be kind of a not great, I stopped making copies the way I was doing it because I had everything a mess. Now that's a shorter page and that's fine. We don't mind that. Now is this going to be taller? No, it's the right size. Okay. I'm wondering if I could... It's the right size top to bottom. Yep. But the sides are a little long, so I was wondering if maybe to give them a little difference is if we just created the little tucks. Or, uh-oh. I don't know if those are gonna, if this is too old. Okay, guys, before I can put this in a book, yep, that's what I thought. I didn't realize this music paper was so flimsy. Ooh. Well, if the sides come off, that's okay, but it's not okay if we lose it in here. So, now I want to keep this neutral. So I'm thinking, I gotta have my hubby go and get me some more of this masking tape in this size. I love this size. I've had this for 100 years, literally. If there was a date on it, I'd probably say old. What's the size of this? Is this like an inch, or is it like, oh, it's like 3/4 of an inch. Wonder if you could run over to the hardware store here in town and I know I could use washi tape, but I want to keep this very neutral, so and it's in the middle, you won't really see it. Yeah, these scissors I give them a good cleaning, but I don't know that, yeah, I'm not crazy about these scissors. Don't want to use those. I have about 100 pair of scissors here. Don't be surprised if you see me pulling out like everything under the gun. Let's try these. They're thick blade, but... All right, let's put a piece on this fold because I do not want this cracking in my journal, right? If you were to buy this, I would not want you getting a journal that had a cracky middle. Oh, these aren't bad. They're not pretty, but they're not bad. They're not pink, but sometimes you just gotta let go, right? Yeah, I got a feeling that these sides are going to end up breaking off because they're very, yeah, we'll see. Maybe I could put lace or something around them. We'll have to see. I'll have to keep that in mind when I put it into the journal because I really love this music paper. Oh my gosh. So we want to put this in there and we want to put that in there. I'm getting those pages ready and we have those. Excuse me, they're going in there. Sorry about the scissor dilemma. I just didn't realize that my other ones were just going to quit on me. Maybe I need to re-clean them again. I don't know. Okay, so, oh wait, we're still working on pages over here we need to add in. We're going to add in that. Oh, we want to fold this, but I do want to clean up this edge. So, I don't know. It's got a nice natural patina on it, so I don't want to, lose too much of that. Gosh, I'm terrible today. I cannot hang on to anything. It's that bottom section that's becoming my problem. Oh, now I've got tape on those. Great. Okay, so I have an option of just turning it back a little bit and putting it in long ways. Is it too long? It is. So we don't want to do it that way. So I guess we're going to go this way. Okay. This one, I do one of two things. I either fold it in half this way, or I fold it this way, which I guess I'll do. I do like the messiness at the top. I'm not going to cut that off. What's the standard width here? Hold on, let me get a regular page. So hopefully you're crafting along with me, grabbing papers from all around. Could be newspaper, could be shipping paper that you get from somebody, Amazon or somebody, or somewhere else you've ordered over the holidays. Yep. And there we've created a pocket here that we can close up and tuck things into. Now this one, Generally, I like to fold these and keep them tall, but there's no need in this size journal. So we're going to go... Now, is this going to be too tall? Hold on a minute. Yeah, it is. All right, so what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pocket. And then... Okay. Then I'm going to fold it like this. Most of you won't have this paper because I bought it from Rachel and she sold it all out. She sold every bit of it because we all went in and just gobbled it up. I bought quite a few packs. Is that too short? Yeah. And what this does is it creates like this pocket that you can tuck things into. You could go like this and make it go like that, or you can go like this and create yourself a nice little tuck back pocket. There. I mean, I could have left one page not turned under because it is, but I like it on both sides. That way we have an equal number of pockets. Okay. We have done it. Now we need to get these in here. I need to get a sip of soda. My throat's very dry. How are we doing? Everybody doing good now? And working along with me? Grabbing your papers or just being entertained is okay. All right, now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put all of these specialty papers here, which I'm going to call these specialty. Anything that isn't a regular piece of paper that's printed or has type or anything unusual. I'm going to put these over here for a minute, and I'm going to kind of make a little array so I can see what I have and kind of by size maybe, huh? Okay, now, what are you seeing? Let me see. I need to work down here. Hopefully I have been. All right, so what we want to do is we want to put in some plain pages in between those printed pages we just created. And where there's just too much print, we can add some of these plain ones here. Okay, let's get these arms up. This is our front page, so I don't want to put anything there, but I do want to put something between these pages. And this might be a good place for some relief right off the bat, is if we add one there. Okay. And let's do something darker here. Get it? And what do we want here? That's the middle. So let's add another dark one right here. As what you have in the front, you will have in the back. And then for relief, we'll put that other light page just, yeah, right here. Yep. And then I feel like I want a coffee. This is a tea-dyed one. I just go through until my eye tells me, yep, that's good, or no, it's not. And we'll put this one here. Okay. All right. So now we've got in our first, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages are there. Now we have to decide where we have a lot of print. I wouldn't want to put another printed page here. So maybe I might want to just put like a lined page, maybe one right here. Yep. Then I might want, maybe this might be a good place for our music paper. I like my trebles at the top of the page, treble clefs. Okay, then here we might want, oh, we want some print somewhere. Maybe this one? Oh, you know what I didn't grab? I didn't grab a piece of tracing paper or vellum. I always put a piece of tracing paper or vellum in there. I was using vellum. It is very thick, and it is fun to work on. So, give me a second. I didn't go anywhere. I'm right next to you. I just need to grab some out of my pouch. Oh, getting low on it. I got to order some more. We carry this in the shop, too. By the way, if you don't have vellum, you don't know where to get it, go to Design Journal and Supply. There is a drop-down link in the box. Oh, you guys, I had my cards in here that showed the name of our shop, but I took everything out to laminate it and forgot to put it back. Punish me, punish me, punish me. I completely forgot to put it back. So it's Design Journal and Supply on Etsy.com. And you can find it in the drop-down box below this video. There'll be that little arrow or the word more. Tap on that. It'll take you to the direct link for the shop. You can find it on any of our... what I like to do with that, a lot of times I either like to put it in, in the front or right around the middle. Let me put these over here. Everybody, I'm going to tuck one in each folder since I had a complete brain fade. Let me get my... Yeah, I love to decorate this. Put lace on it, put a pretty picture. Actually, I think I might want this right in front of my music paper. Or it can go in front of this one. We'll see. Okay, so this is a little bit of, this is what we've got left. Let's put out what we have left and let's figure out where do each of these want to live. This may get moved. The other place I like to put this is sometimes right in the very front of my journal. I love to do like this and put it. And a lot of the times I like to give it some shape. Like I won't just like put it in there just like that. I don't know if this will cut in my new scallop one. Let's see if it'll munch it. No, it did great. Oh, nice job, scallop. This is that new one I got this year for Christmas. I think I've shared it with you before. Okay, so we'll just put it in the very, very front to start, to open up. Because that might be a good place to put a lady or a picture of something important. We'll put that there for now. Sorry, I had a squirrel, but as I was going through this, I went, wait, something's missing. You know, I have my routines, and as soon as I know something's not where it's supposed to be, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I really like this here. Sorry about the snuffles. I do have allergies. It has been 71 degrees here. Crazy, right? 71 degrees. I think this would be cool on here. I know there's a print and a writing, but I don't mind it because they're both different colors. And I'm trying to get a piece of ephemera, I consider this like ephemera, between the various pages. Oh, I like the number. We'll put that there. I kind of want every one of these to have something in front of it that isn't a blank piece of paper. Does that make sense? I hope so. Now this is one of mine, so I think I'm going to put this right here, and that's right in front of the center page. Okay. I love to break up this plain bit with something. In this case, it's going to be a little paper bag. And we got that. So I want to add one of these too, because it's a pocket. It's a built-in pocket, the same as this is. You know what? I might put it here, even though there's that. This isn't printed. It's plain, so it will have something on it. And then you have this wonderful little tuck spot back here. Now I need to find a place. Sometimes that goes usually right before my, either in the very beginning. I usually put the doilies either right in the beginning or towards the middle. Let me see if there's any other page where I just think it would look fabulous. No, really. I mean, I could put it right there. Well, let me fold it first. Usually I try to match up the doily bits, but sometimes you can't. Fold it gently because I'm worried this one will. Now I could just put it right over that, or the other place I like to put it is right here over my music page. Okay. Now that's a pretty, now everyone is very different in how they make their journals, right? No two journal makers are alike. Even if we all learn from the same person, we're still not alike, right? Even if we did. Now, I learned to make my journals as far as construction for the pamphlet stitch and even basic, you know, how to put it together many, many, many years ago, about 7 from Gail Augustinelli. And, you know, we're all very different. Now, when you start putting this together, you'll notice your pages are fanning out. I like that. I do not like my pages all the same length or the same height. I will move things up and down. I like some variation. Everyone is very different in how they want their pages. Now, this page is a little bit long. I'm going to push it to the top because if I'm going to have stuff sticking out, I'd rather have it at the top, not the bottom. Okay, now some ladies, they absolutely cannot handle anything hanging out. Everything's got to be the same exact size, so they will take a razor blade and they will put this on here and they will take, let me grab one. 1 second, I have to stand up. Don't look at me, I'm a horrible mess today. And they cut and they cut and they cut until everybody's exactly the same height. I do not care. I like mine. I'm going, you know, it's going to have lace. It's going to have things on the edges. It's going to have things sticking out. There could be tabs. I want a lot of dimension in my journal, so I am not going to do that. Just so you know. Now you can. I have it. When I first started out, I did. I cut everything to match. I don't think Gail does either. I think she just goes with the flow. But she's who I learned to tie my journals from. Just double checking everything to make sure. And then that pops out. You know, I love that. But I think what I want to do on that one, because it's patterned. No, I don't want that. Got the wrong one. Wrong one. I got the rounder. I want the scallop. I'm not really shaking, but I am trying to hold all this paper up in the air. And my hand is like, no. What are you doing, woman? What do you think we are, in the circus? Alrighty, so there we go. That's better. Yeah. Some of these, if there's something that's bothering me, I will. This is the point where if I'm going to round anything, I'm not going to do all of them, but if something is bothering me, like that's bothering me, I will take and just round the corner now. I'm just doing a 1/4 inch round, nothing big. You could ink something now if you wanted to. I'm not going to do any inking at this point because I don't know what kind of journal this is going to be just yet, right? So this one I could, though, because I do see a lot of foxing from ripping. The edges are very feathery. I have been making journals for 7 years now. But I've been a crafter my entire life, for those of you who are brand new. My mom started me at crafting at 4. So I've been doing this a long time. I'm in my, should I say how old I am? Well, let's put it this way. Over 60 years. The time is marching on, guys. When I first did my very first video 5 years ago, oh my gosh, I felt so much younger than I do now. All right. Yeah. I just wanted to do a little something to make it look a little better because I didn't care for those rough white edges on here. That'll look any better. It would help if I did both sides of this one. If you ever cut something or rip something, you don't like the edge, get out your ink. I use the Vintage Photo from Tim Holtz. This is what I use to age things up, give it dimension. It's also an art way of expressing artistically things. Okay, so I think that was the only one that I was having any issues with. Let me see if there's anybody else that's bugging me. Okay, so let's look through here. This, this, got this one. This, that. Envelope. That. Oh, I want that up a little bit. I don't want it at the bottom. I kind of like it in the middle. This one too, because, you know, there's a matter of being able to catch, or towards the bottom a little bit, because I want to be able to catch the bag with the stitching when I stitch it in. Now, if you're worried about things moving around, you could pre-glue. I've taught many of you how to do that before in past videos. This one I did one side but not the other. I am going to do this. This is my center spread, and I love this. I'm so proud of it. I want to make another one. I want to make a bunch. I just got out my stencils and my inks, and I do have a spritz spray that I think I would, a bunch of spritz sprays that I might want to try on that. And I've got some mica spray. There we go. I like that a little bit better. Okay. And that's got a lovely little pocket. So we basically, I think, have 2 pockets in here based on the envelope and that. I don't think anything else is folded back. You got a flap that could be a pocket. We could glue this down, and then that would keep it from ripping, and we could add tape on the outside. That could be a pocket if we want. Okay, pockets and tucks. So this one is ready to go. So I think we might be at a point. I'm just going to stick this on here for the moment to kind of smush it down while I grab my journal making kit, my binding kit, which I did. They have some great binding kits on Amazon. You get everything you could possibly need if you go for the full kit. And I do keep mine in this lovely bag that was made by one of my local ladies here in town. I want something neutral. That might be a little too neutral. Let me see, what have I got here? I think I have something a little more brown. Pink. I'm going to use there's 2 ways to bind. I'll show you. I'm going to pull both of these out so I can show you both ways. I use wax thread. I prefer it because what it does is it doesn't rip, unbind, snap. It goes through the holes really easily. Oh, I have 2 other colors. Let's see. The kit actually comes with several rolls, and it has everything you could possibly want, really. Now I did see, I've used this a little bit. It's called Victa Home, and I could do it with that. That's too dark. That's kind of light. This was always my favorite, and I'm about out. I'm about out of all my favorites, right? So I kind of like that one. I think maybe today we'll use that one. And all this bag here, this is the bag that came from them, and it comes with all these tools. You get all of this, which is awesome. Let's see, is there anything else that came with it? Was that everybody? Yeah, it comes with all these goodies on how to do this. I mean, you know, so you got everything you could possibly need. Some things I haven't even opened in this kit because, you know, I have some of it already. Let me put this back. And this is the little bag it came in. So kind of keep everything together. Now, I used to always use the binder clips, these, but I've gotten into using the big, huge paper clips. Okay, so let me open this because I love this. This is the new color I haven't used. Yay, we got something new. Oh, well, if we can find the... Man, I've ripped my poor thumbnail down to nothing again. All my nails are 0 here. That's okay. They haven't been growing because I'm beating them to death. Oh. Well, I was trying not to tear up the packaging so I could reorder. I try to hang on to my packaging, so if I have to reorder it through Amazon, I know what to look up. Because I do a lot of Amazon shopping. People say, oh, just go look at the things you purchased. Yeah, well, I've been buying from them for many years. Now, finding the beginning of a wax thread is like a hunt through the garden. There's got to be a start here. Ah, I found it. Bingo. Okay. So the first thing I do, when I figured out my height, I know how big I want it, I take and I go, this is what I learned, 1, 2. Now, some people don't like to waste an inch, so they leave it on the roll. I can't stand that roll hanging around, and I always add a couple of extra inches because I want to add, as you guys know, I always add on some kind of a, charm or dangle, bead, whatever you want. Okay. All right. Now, I got too many things on my desk. This goes to this kit. I don't think I need all the goodies, right? All right. I don't need all these either. I'm good to go on those. I could use those. Absolutely could. So what I want to do is I want to find my middle, and I want to and I've double checked, and I will go again. I'm going to double check where everything is placed to make sure everything is the way I want it. Now, if I were worried about something getting squirrely, and I don't want it to move around, I can take right in the crack, and I taught you guys this before, those of you who are worried about things moving around, put a little glue in there, right in that center. Hold it down, make sure it's there. Okay, that will keep it from moving around when we're tying it in. And I've done that for many, many years. Right dead in the center, though, because if it goes away from that, you're going to end up having a hard time opening your pages because they will glue together. My envelope's about where I want it. My book page is where I want it. That one, I'm so on that. I'll move it up a little. That's where I want it. I actually want that down a little. Okay, move that down. That's okay. That's okay. This one I want in the middle. All right, so I've got them where I want them. Now I want to push in the middle really tight. And then I want to put my big old paper clips on here. And I keep using my fingers and pushing and pulling, and then I'm going to go across. Always do it crossways because of the tension. Close it a bit, open it a bit. Then I go and I add, I usually do 2, but I started out doing 4, so I'll do 4 with you guys since you're new. If you're just worried about things moving around, use 4 giant paper clips, or you can use the 4 binder clips, okay? You can binder clip if you want. Now, if you want to get your holes in here, right? So I will use a ruler when I want to be exact. I don't always want to be exact. I will be honest with you, but I will show you how to do it. A clear ruler is best if you have it. You line it up on the very end, and you find your center, which if this is 8.5 would be 4 1/4, and you want to poke that hole right at your center, right? So now you don't want to poke your table. You don't want to get your hand, so you can use an old book and punch down and make sure you've gotten all the way through to your center. But what I like to do is I bought one of these from Amy at Crafty Cat USA on Etsy, and I will go through and punch into the V here, anything that's a V, okay, and get my hole that way. Then I usually like about 1 inch from the end, so I can figure that out easily with my clear. This is a Tim Holtz ruler, Ideology. Love it. I recommend everyone have a clear one, and you get a metal one because you can use this one for cutting, running a razor or whatever along the side, or a box cutter or whatever you have. These 2 I find invaluable. Plus, this one has a cork thing on the back, and it doesn't move around a lot when I'm doing a lot of cutting. And I want it to come in about an inch. See, if you wanted to measure, like I don't normally, I just eyeball it. And I'm going to come in about an inch because I want to catch as many of those pages as I can. I always lift it up, and I look to see where it is, make sure it's in the middle. Poke it through. Now, don't just barely put a little tip there because you've got to get a full needle through there. And if you don't, you're going to have a problem. I've got 2 holes going, and I don't like that, but that's going to get covered anyway with a cover. Now, I was going to tie this. It just dawned on me, I do not have my cover made. So, you could do it this way and just have your insides and make your cover and add it later. But that's a really hard way to do it. I have to tell you, it's just tough. Okay, so this one's ready to go. And I'm going to set it aside because now I need to cut a cover. I'm going to go ahead and thread my needle. Let's see. How big a hole do I want in that? I'm hoping this will go through. It's not that full. When I do really thick ones, I'll get the fatter needle. Don't look at my nails. They're horrible. My hands are terrible. Beat up. Okay. That's what happens when you work. But I was working not, making videos because I was working for the shop, for the store. We do have that business. And I have not been putting any time in it. It's not fair to leave it all to Jolene all the time. So I've been doing my bit by making things to sell in the shop. Because Etsy requires we have handmade items in our shop. That we do put handmade items in there because it's handmade. Even though we give you all the items to use to make handmade, it's kind of nice to actually put my own work in there every now and then, right? Now I do want to put that all away, and I never just throw it in my bag. I always put it inside something because it is so sharp. I have cut myself viciously before on it. Poked myself really bad, made myself bleed all over the place. So I don't want to be doing that today, right? All right, now we're going to set this off to the side for a minute because I need to make a cover, you guys. Just dawned on me. Well, no, I would do it at this point anyway. It's not like I forgot completely, but then I just realized, wait, what's going to be my cover? Oh my. Okay, let me get my paper, and then let me get my journal, and I have to decide, do I want to do it that way? Do I want to do it from here and fold it over? Would that give me, see, that's 8.5 by 11. Would that give me 11 inches? It does give me just 11. That is actually perfect. So if I cut it here, I'll have to rip it because my paper cutter, I don't think would reach. So, oh, that was not a good idea. I had wanted to use that side. Okay, well, I'm not using that one. I'm using the other side. Okay, let me see if it'll fit my paper cutter. I have Big Bertha. Be right back. Oh, can't believe I did that. So if you're doing a file folder, depends on what you want to show. Yikes. Your girl, she needs a head examination every now and then. I would like to kind of like this fits perfect. So I don't know if I want a tab in the front, if I want to cut it off, or if I want to fold it this way. And you see that cool tab in the back? That might make a cool journal cover, right? I can always cut it off if I don't like it, or let's see, is that high enough? No, see, now that's not tall enough with that little dip. So actually it's quite okay that I messed that up. That'll be good for making journal cards and things. That never goes to waste. I always love file folder bits. Okay, so let's fold this corner to corner. See, if I fold it this way, then that's in the front, which I don't know. Do I want it like that, or would I prefer it in the back? that going to go? Yeah, it goes edge to edge. Okay, as long as it goes edge to edge, I'm cool. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And then before I do anything, I am going to round my corners just a little bit, not a lot. This has got a little bit of a ridge. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going back to Bertha. That's my guillotine cutter. She's good size. She's had the name Bertha since the 80s. Oh, come on, Bertha. Girl's stubborn. I got to get some foil and do some cutting on her so I clean up the blade a little bit, or have my hubby sharpen it for me. What do I want? I want just a rounded quarter. I'm going to do that. I'm standing up right now. My legs need a little blood flow. Hold on. Oh, yeah, those are already rounded. Okay, we can round them more with the scissors or whatever we want to do, but I got the corners. All right, so now we have to do something completely different. Darn it. Be very, very careful when be sure you get your cover on first, okay? Because now it could mess up my holes where they don't all go where they're supposed to go. Doggone it. I made this hard on myself. So what I'll do is I'm going to cut the other covers before I do anything else, right? So this is how you would pretend I didn't do the other. Get it all measured out. Because now I'm going to have to go get out my thing and poke the holes. Ugh, what a pain. I know better, you guys. But it's because I don't have my cover made first. You know, I'm trying to do this neutral, right? So, and I've done it before. It's been a long time since I made just a neutral journal. And I'm really excited to be doing it again because now I'm wondering if my holes are going to all line up. So now I got to pull everything back out. Bird brain. Bird brain. Okay. Tiny little brain sometimes. That's what happens when you don't craft on video for a really long time. You're so out of control. I'm out of control, you guys. Okay. So let's... Okay, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Got it where I want it. Pretty much. It's a little high. I'm going to bring it down just a bit. I'm going to use the holes that are already there. Go through to the cover. Got 1, got 2, and got 3. Yes. All righty. All right. Well, see, even a seasoned journal maker who hasn't made one in a while can really struggle. Now, what I like to do is pull a little bit of string out. Have your long one. Put it in your hand because you want to hold on to this piece. Otherwise, it's going to get away from you. Start in the middle. This is how I learned to do it. Everybody starts in a different place. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to leave a tail. So I'm going to hold a bit out here. Okay. I'm going to come through the back to that front hole. See why they have to line up? And I'm going to pull it tight. I'm going to pull it tight. Make sure I have enough to put some charms with it or beads or something cool. And I got to find my hole. But what I want to do when I'm doing this hole is I need to go to the right of that string because if you split that string, it will not tighten down at all. And now we're going to go up to the top, what I call the top of the journal. Well, actually, I did this upside down. That's the bottom of the journal. Well, it doesn't matter. Either way. Go up what I call the top of what we're doing. Should be the top of the journal, actually. This is where I always, it's a different angle, so I always struggle right here. Always. Like, it's like a consistent, there we go. Because it's backhand to me. Sorry, guys, I've got a cramp in my hand that will not leave me alone. All right, then I take this string and I'm going to go, and then we have this string. I'm going to go under this one, pull it through, and I'm going to pull. Make sure you got it taut back here because if it's loose, your pages are going to be loose. And I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to tie another knot. 2 knots, no less than. Then I will trim off where I want it to be. Yes, it's hanging down perfect to add charms, but until I'm ready to do that, or beads or anything pretty, I'm going to just tie a bow. You can double tie the bow if you're going to keep the bow, because I think the bow in the middle is just adorable. We'll take off our clips. And hopefully I did not do this whole book upside down, which, tell me, I did do it upside down, you guys. Look at that. It's supposed to go this way. Ugh. Okay, it happens to all of us. So, what I can do on this one is just cut this off and it won't matter. Okay, that's how you fix this one. I'm bummed, but you know what? It's not the first time I've done it. What's worse is when I have had finished journal. It's got all kinds of ephemera stuff in it, and I've done it, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. So, excuse my language. Forgot myself there, and I don't usually do that. So now I've got to figure out where to cut this at. I'm going to hand cut it. That's how frustrated I am. Yep, I had to cut that tab off. Ah, that made me heart sick. But it's just meant to be because I have this upside down. And that's going to be my bottom, so it won't matter. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe it. Well, I never have any problems unless I'm on video. Really, that's where I make my mistakes, is when I'm on a video. I'm fine by myself when I'm in here, and it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so that's all right. We've got a lovely cover. It's very simple. I think it's okay. I'm excited about this back here. I might trim it up or I might leave it. I don't care because it's the back. But I should have double checked. So excited about doing it. But look at this. We have a nice neutral journal that has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to count all these things. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's about right. 21 to 22 with including bags and all that other stuff, right? So that's not bad. Let me see what my time is. 1 hour 17. Well, I know you guys like a longer video, so what I'm going to do with you, probably at this point, now that I've made a huge mess out of everything. Ugh. Lord, some days just don't go well. Some days you're just disgusted with yourself. And right now I am. Okay. Let me cut my journal cover for the other one. And hopefully I was so worried about where that was going to go that I was not paying attention to what I was doing. I was very naughty. Okay. Well, I'm going to have plenty of tag stock. All right. This is for the blue one. Let's see if I can get this one ready to go. It's sort of a blue-gray, which is kind of a nice color. I mean, if I really liked this lighter color, I could do that and just cut it off again or make another mistake. Okay, so I've got the journal cover for the blue papers, which I think I should put that on top so I know that this is the blue journal. Isn't that paper just yummy? Ugh, that's going to be so pretty in there. I love it with this. Isn't that pretty together? Oh my gosh, this is going to be a pretty journal. I don't know what's going in it yet. I did buy a beautiful kit from Angela Kerr, and it would look fabulous in here. But I don't want to do just one set of papers. That's why I'm keeping it neutral. Okay, so that one's done. And let's get this one done. This pink one. I wish I had a lighter. I did have lighter ones, but I've used them all up in journals. I mean, with my journal making. Go cut this off. Okay, so this one's going to be in the front. I can't put that there. Let's see, let me think now. I need that high. Let me see if I've got one in pink that's not in the front. Go to my file folders and see if I've got one that's going to give me what I want. I have a whole bunch of them here. I have a back one? No. Oh, wait, no, front, middle. Who's on front? I want a back one. Oh, I got one. I got one. Okay. Whew, that's a relief. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. The hard part, I find the hard part about pre-making a journal is the cover, because I like to do the cover last, and I usually, use a paper, and I'm gonna have to glue it on, and I don't usually like to do that, but it's not out of the question. Just not my MO. So I was making these anyway today, so I thought I'd invite you to come along and see what I was doing and create a little retreat, because we would be, if I was hosting a beginner journal making class, this is the thing we would do in our beginner journal making class. And I wouldn't presume to teach someone who has already been making journals for years, but I'm going to make sure this is going to fit in here. Yeah, it does. Okay. This one, might as well, since I'm right here. This scallop cutter, though, is stiff, so I hope I don't break it, because it's hard to get it open, I noticed. So this is the pink one. If we go over, then we could probably get it all done. We're going to fold this one. I like those crumply edges. We're going to keep this. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's go this way. This is an embossed bag. I want to emboss some of those envelopes. Maybe I'll get around to that. Okay, those pages are ready. Got to get this one ready. Let's get it folded. Gently. You have to fold those so carefully, especially if they're bent already. This one, I would like to have a little pocket on this one. Hopefully that's not too wide. Nope, we're good. Okay, this one's going to be interesting. This is going to be our middle. So I see it's too long, so I would rather have this one a little bit shorter. I'm going to push this one on the inside this time for a nice little pocket in the middle. Oh, actually I need to go this way because I want this to be my middle. Is that going to stay? Yes, that just fits that. Oof, I would like it a little bit shorter, but that's all right. We'll leave it. That one I have to fix. This one, I'm going to turn it up and make a pocket out of that. Maybe. I'm hoping. I remember this has the... I'm just going to cut it in half. I'm not going to fold the sides on this one because I don't think I need to. No, it just fits. And we are going to have to absolutely tape that. So that needs work. This one needs work. I'm getting all of our extra pieces ready. This one, we're going to make a pocket. And I think this one, I'm going to put an extra one back here. Will that fit? Yes, it will fit. This is rag paper, so it'll take a pretty good beating. So it's got a nice pocket on one side, and then we'll have this kind of that's the end. That's not fabulous. So we could just glue something down over that, and you will never see it, right? Okay, so we've got that folded. This needs some work. That's done. And then we have all these papers now. Those two need work. We're going to... I want to make sure that's going to fit in there, because some of file folders are a little bit different size. I learned that the hard way, thinking every one of them was the same size, and they are not. Okay, so what have we been doing? Oh, my hubby had his birthday on the 27th of January. My daughter and granddaughters brought over a German chocolate cake and ice cream, and mocha almond fudge ice cream or something like that. It was yummy. He enjoyed his birthday with his granddaughters. My other grandchildren talked, my son and other grandkids talked to him. So he had a nice birthday. I was up and hanging around with him all day. We had our favorite lunch from Panera. Yummy sandwiches. And Greg's favorite for dinner, I think his favorite casserole that he's been eating since, oh, I don't know, he was a teenager, I guess. His stepmom used to make it for him. And she gave me the recipe when we first got married, so I've been making that for almost 50 years. We'll be married 49 years this year, guys. Oh, time flies, you guys. Time just flies. Now, our middle is this. Where'd it go? Where's our middle? Did I throw it in here? No. Where's the middle one? Where'd that pink middle one go? Oh, it's over here. Jeez, I'm losing my mind. Nothing new. Okay, I think this is going to be my first page. I like it that way. This is going to be my middle. This is going to be the in-between. We only have the 3, but we have this 4th page that we want to put in here somewhere. So we'll put that in between those two. Because this will be a predominantly pink journal. You know what? That's sticking out. Is that going to be a problem over here? Now I'm wondering. It is. Okay, so we're going to have to change something. We're going to have to fold that. Make it smaller. And we're going to have to fold this one. Hold on. And then we're going to have to fold this one in way more. Or out. I don't know if I want a pocket in the middle of the journal. I feel like that makes it heavy, don't you? I think it does. I mean, I've done it. I just don't know that I want to do it again. Okay, so if this is the middle of our journal, like this. Oh, isn't that a beautiful, look at that sparkle. Oh, it's like a rose mica spray on it. I need to do that. I need to get out my mica sprays. I've got a bunch of them. All right, so you remember from last time that we stuck in our plain pages and then we worked on our printed pages. So I really need to fix this one. You guys know exactly what I'm going to do with that. And since it's going to be a pocket, I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh gosh, I hate it when this thing is... There we go. Come on. I'm just going to go right over this, right? Oh, please don't let me get this all jacked up. I did that before. All I got was a ball. Okay. And what I'll do... Okay, I'm going to have to do it on both sides. Okay. And then we're going to fold it. And we're going to use our bone folder. There. Now you have a nice little pocket on the inside. I don't think this pocket will give out. If it does, we can put some pretty like rose washi tape or whatever the theme of the journal is going to be. I don't want to put anything on there because I don't know what the theme's going to be, right? So there we have that. This one. I'm going to take this to the paper cutter. It's going to be a lot quicker than me trying to jerk around with that. I just think trying to rip it, nothing good's happening there. Oh, okay, one sec. Okay. Oh, man, I got dry mouth today. Probably because I was eating pistachios and they were still in their shells. They're always so salty. I'm going to scallop these just to make it different. It is a pink journal, you know. And yes, I'm using a little tiny bit of this, but I would think if it's going to be a pink journal, I would probably want to use one of the pink inks. But you never know. All right. That's a cover. That's just to remind me that is the cover. Please do not do anything stupid with it. All right, I love this. So I think that's going to go over that, just so that you open your first page. You have a pretty, oh, maybe not. Not this time. This time I'm actually going to put that cover over this page. There we go. I'm going to change this one up. I'm not going to make it identical to the last one, but we are going to add in our basic pages first. Call these basics. They have no writing on them, nothing. They're just lovely, lovely paper, coffee and tea dyed. Let's see. So that's our front page. We're going to open that, and I'm going to put probably a light page here. That. I'm going to put a really light page right here. I'm going to put oh, yeah, I don't have as many pages, so we're going to put this one right here. Ooh, that makes dark on dark, though. I don't know if I like that when I open it. Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to put other things between. I can't do it the way I did last time. I don't know what's different about this one, but it's different. It doesn't have as many printed pages. Do I short pages on this? Hopefully not. Oh, I don't have any plain pink papers. Where are my plain pink pages? Did I not put them in there? Oh, goodness, your friend has lost her mind. She's supposed to have 2 plain pink papers. I pulled them and didn't even put them in the thing. Ugh. Okay, they're there. That's why we don't have enough color pages. I'm like, wait a minute. We're missing stuff. Oh my gosh, I have stuff piling up behind me. When this project's done, I'm going to have, if they don't hit the floor, a ton to clean up. Oh my gosh, no wonder I'm struggling. I'm like, wait, there's not enough pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's go with this one. 12, 13. Which side do I like best? It needs more pink paper. It does not have enough pink paper. And maybe one of these darker ones. Just one. Some of these are avocado dyed paper, and some are, this is Kool-Aid dyed. Okay, this is better. I just felt like, what in the world? Why don't I have enough? Why don't I have enough pages? This is not making sense to me. Yep, wouldn't be one of my videos unless there was an ambulance going by, would it? Okay, so we got plain brown. Okay, so we could add another brown one here. Then we have the white. Then we have a pink. Then we have that. We need another pink one right here. And I got pink there. And we need another brown one in here somewhere. Let's put a brown one here. Oh, no, that would be brown on brown. No. Let's put it here. Look. Well. Okay, now this makes it a bit more pink, right? Don't you think? So we're going to go 1, 2. That's 16 pages right there. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This was going to be a lot bigger journal. But, I mean, I could definitely take out, you know what I think I'm going to take out? There is a piece in here that's bugging me. I've looked and looked at it, and I don't like it. Let me find it. Oh, my guys. Sorry about the noise. I don't like that piece. It can come out. Dislike it. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Apparently there's something major happening. Wouldn't be my video unless there was a million sirens. It's been pretty quiet around here lately, and today it's decided to be extremely noisy. Okay, let's see if we can get... I don't know if that's too busy against that. I just think it might be. I'm like, what else do I have here that maybe... I also don't really care for this one. I'm going to pull that out. Those two are bugging me, so let's get rid of those. There we go. So 1, 2, count this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's how many pages I generally like in a journal. And then I add the goodies. So let's figure out where we're going to put all these lovely goodies. I want to add a doily. I don't want it near that pink because that is a really odd pink. Let's put it over here. And let's put it with, the last time we put it with the music paper. So this time let's put it with, I like it on this white one. And then let's put something behind that. Or in front of it. Or somewhere. I don't know. This is going to be different because it's a pink one. You can see why I'm struggling through that pink. Let's put this one here. I like that on that. Or do I want it on something very white? I do have this really white one over here. It's just a matter of what does your eye like. You just have to go through and go, oh, I like this, or no, I don't like that, right? Okay. Now, I usually like my book pages in the front of the journal. Many, many times I do. And then back here, I'm going to put mine there. And I need something over this. I think I'm going to put, no. Well, that would be vellum on vellum. I don't think I want vellum on vellum. Maybe we just put this over here. This one needs something. Did I just put a page there? That's the same. I did. That could go there. Which way do I want this to go? Now, where did I put the other pocket? Is it in the back or the front? Because sometimes you get too many pockets in front. No, the other one's in the back. Okay, good. Yep, the other one's in the back, so it's not so bad. Okay, we're almost done putting this one together. We might get 2 done today. I'll do the 3rd one off camera. Come back and show you in another video. Maybe when we work in it. I think that the videos you see from here on out might be me working in this lovely journal. So let's see if we've got enough goodies or whether I have to pull some pages back in. No, I think I got it. I think I got it. By George, I think we've got it. Now, what is sticking out here? Ah, it's some music paper. What do I want to do about that? I may just trim it up because I really don't want to, I hate to cut off that beautiful color on the ends. Oof, that's scaring me, but it's too long. Oh, well, maybe nobody will notice. I mean, it's pretty. The color goes all the way through, so, I mean, it goes pretty far in. Okay, let's try this again. So, let's see. Let's look at it this way, so we're ready to pin. Got that where I want it. I kind of want that in the middle this time. Oh, I don't want it in the bottom. No, I kind of like it in the middle. I like the bags in the middle. That way I can do something with it, right? Let's get these pages ready to pin. Many times I will pre-glue in my doilies so they don't move around on me, because that, if it's something's going to move, that is going to be it. Okay. Just make sure it's right side up. None of my pockets are upside down. All right, now this time, this is how this should have been done. Now, one thing I might want to do before I go any further is I do not like this, and I am concerned. I'm going to stick a paper clip in here just for a minute because I don't want this moving. I kind of got it the way I want it in my hand. I don't like this. Okay, so I'm going to cover it. That way if I put paper over it, I feel like it would be okay. I can't cover it with anything heavy. Hold on. Let's hope you don't hear crash. I'm pulling down my tapes and they are on a way high shelf. Ooh, my back. Yikes. Ooh, I have to have hubby put those back up. I can get them down, but getting them back up, not so much. Oh, I gave that back a good stretch. I have this really wide masking tape. I use it for this kind of stuff. You guys have never seen me do this before, have you? I don't think you have. So what I want to do is I want to cover this, and I don't want it to show. Okay. I'm just going to, because that way, whatever paper I put over it doesn't bleed through so bad. You know, you won't see it so much when I put a paper on the inside or pockets or lace. Now, the only problem with pre-making this is there's going to be no lace pockets. But, I mean, nothing that would go through the middle because I haven't figured out what I want to do with it. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I think I am okay with it. So it's all good. Okay, so now right side up. Make sure, yes, everything's right side up. This is the back like it's supposed to be. Okay, let's get it in here. I'm going to center it more towards the bottom than the top because I like a little go around. I don't like my cover to be exactly the same size as my journal. I like it to protect the edges. That because I am not, because I do my journals the way I do, takes a bit. I have to use my thumbs, close it up a little bit, and then stick my paper clips on there. I'm kind of particular about it, you know, so this is where I am picky. This is when I am more, this is the only time I try to get a little more perfection is when I'm putting this journal together. And of course, these pages are all just a hair, like 1/8 of an inch shorter or longer than the other. Ugh, that was a struggle. Okay, let's get this other one. Where's my bag? Oh, it's over here. Boy, that was a job and a half. Yeah, these are wanting to be squirrely on me. So, again, there's going to be no perfection in this. I'm just going to do my very best, right? And then this one, what kind of color do I want? I do a pink, but I think my pink is way too bright pink for this. Let me look. I think it's going to be over the moon pink. I have a whole basket of these. Oh, gosh. There we go. What did I do with my pink one? Oh. It's really, that's bubblegum pink, and I don't think I like that in the middle of that. So I think I'm going to go more for my neutral one, which is this one. That's going to be easier to cover with lace because it'll match whatever lace, and it won't look too bad in the middle. I think that pink is just too bubblegummy. Yeah, no, that does not look good with that. Even double looking at that, it's like, yuck. Absolutely not. Do I have an older? Well, I have this one. It's more neutral. I'm almost out of it. It's my absolute favorite one. I've ended up with a lot of colors because I was trying to match it. And I can't find one this color. It's just amazing. It kind of just disappears. 2, 3, and just a hair past because I like to hang goodies on mine. See, it's so, oh, it came with this, and I've looked and looked for it everywhere, and I can't find it, so I don't want to buy a whole nother kit just for that color, right? Seems silly. All right. Get your needle threaded before you get your holes done. Either that or I got to cut a new end. Sometimes that even unravels, even though it's waxed. It's not supposed to. I'm getting nimble fingers. I'm getting tired. Putting together 2 of these in one day is quite a bit. But if I was sitting here by myself without you guys, I would be doing it, but I wouldn't be talking so much, right? Now I'm just going to eyeball this. I don't care if it's dead center. It doesn't really matter. I actually end up poking into the Amy's little thingy here, but that's what it's for. Again, this is Amy at Crafty Cat USA, and her hubby usually does the work on these with their 3D printer. And you can ask for your color. She custom made this one for me. I asked for teal and pink, and she gave me teal and pink. If you don't see any in her shop, her Etsy shop, you can just ask her if she has any book cradles, and then if there's not a color you see, ask if they'll make you one in a color that you want. They will. If they have the plastic, they will. But if they don't, then they'll tell you what colors they do have, and I'm sure there's something there you would love to have. I love this. This is like, it's the best thing that ever happened. I use the book. There's other things that I make that I use the book because I don't need the big cradle. But on one of these, absolutely. So again, we're going to go through the middle. Let's see. Let me make sure before I tie this in. Yes, is this right side up? Let me just double check everything. Yep. I just want to make sure before I do it again. Jeez, I don't want to do that again. Pull through, leave it a little bit of a tail. Let's see. I would say about that long, a couple inches long. Hold it with your other hand. Go through the bottom. Come up. If you can't get this through at any time, get yourself some little needle nose pliers. It will work. Tighten it a bit. Go to the right side of the thread. Do not poke through it. If you do, pull it back out and start over because you're not going to tighten down. Then you're going to go to the top. My glasses do not let me see that well. And you're going to find your... Ugh, this is my worst nightmare. I've always had trouble. I don't know if it's because it's like backhanded for me or what. Sometimes if I can't see it, what I will do is I will take my awl, push it through again, and then hold my fingers so I can see. I had to put that up to my nose. Sorry, guys, because there's no way for me to see it. Okay. Now I'm going to take it. I'm going to slide that under there. I'm going to pull my needle out. I'm going to pull it tight. So it's the thread's on either side of this piece. I'm going to check to make sure it's taut on the back, because if it's not, you're going to have loose pages, and then you're going to have to cut it and start over. Which is no big deal. It just really isn't. I was always making this such a big deal. I was always so scared. And then once I did it, I was hooked, like for life. Okay, so you can go even a third knot if you're worried about your knots, or you're worried about the paper, or you're worried about anything. Tie yourself a bow until you're ready to put your charms or your beads on there, or a lace, or whatever you're going to do. All right, so there we have our next one is done. This time I did it right. Yay! I know it looks a little awkward, and I mean, it isn't. I'm just tired, and this is my second one after messing it up twice. Oh my gosh, I messed it up twice. I can't believe it. I have a huge mess, you guys. Whew. You don't want to see behind me. Yikes, that'll scare you. All right, so we have 2 basic journals. We're going to go through this one. We've got this page and this page and this page. So we can put any journal in here, any journal papers, any digital papers, any scrapbook papers, any magazines, any wrapping paper. You can add like greeting cards. You can add photos. But when it's like this, it leaves you... Basically, the world's your oyster, because you can just, there's no limitations on what you could do with this little journal, right? Yeah, that'll probably get glued there. I don't think I had, let me check my doily. I didn't pre-glue my doily. I usually do because a lot of times it will move on me. But it didn't move today. The bag didn't move. Everything's good. That bag has a weird corner on it. It might have weird corners because it was embossed, but you never know. Yeah, I mean, we've got all of our pages. Everything's good here. Nothing moved. Everything's good. So we got 2 basic journals totally completed, ready to go. Let's see how many this ended up with. I'm curious. 1, 2, just pieces in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Only one more piece than the other one because I wanted to add a bit more pink pages to this one to make it more of a pink journal. Yeah, I'm really not liking this pink that well, but I can put ink on it. I can do all kinds of fun things to it to change the color or just completely cover it up and you never see any of it. I may or may not keep that back piece. Like we cut it off there and it looks just fine. So there you have it. This was our weekend retreat at home. We learned to do some things. We learned what to do if we make a boo-boo, how to fix it if you can, the whole works. So I want to thank you for watching, you guys. I want to thank you for hanging in there with me and coming back to the weekend retreats with the Vintage Paper Girl. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a fabulous week coming up. And I love you all, and I'll see you all very soon. And hopefully it's because we're working in one of these many journals. I'm going to do the next one. I also have a tall one I want to make. So you may see a bunch of, I may show you in the next one, all these ready to go journals that are going to keep me busy for the whole year. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, you guys? Take care. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Hugs and kisses. Mwah. Bye-bye.